If the wind stays down. Boy, that's a big if right there.
Yeah.
Well, the wind is blowing out there again, but it's just not blowing as strong as it has the last couple of days. So far, it's been a very windy spring for us. Going back just a little bit and checking out some of the higher wind gusts that we've seen so far this spring. Yesterday actually ranks number 2. We had 55-mile-per-hour wind gust at the Albuquerque Sunport. Back on the 29th of April, 63-mile-per-hour wind gust. And you can see wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour right at it have been pretty common out there over the course of the last several days. And today really proven to be no exception to that rule. Now, the wind is nowhere near as strong as it was yesterday, and I don't think it's going to get there. But these are the gusts that have been reported in the past hour. That includes 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Las Vegas, 35 miles per hour down in Ruidoso, and even in the Albuquerque metro, we're approaching wind gusts of about 20 miles per hour, give or take a little bit there. Certainly, though, the greater concentration of strong winds will be in the east central parts of the state today and up into the northeast plains and highlands. However, we can't rule out the wind in the metro. I still don't think it's going to be quite as windy as it has been. But there's enough wind combining with the dry nature of the air out there to keep the fire danger high. So through 7 o'clock this evening, red flag warning is going to stay in effect in the eastern part of the state. But we've definitely cooled things down out there. That's what yesterday's wind was all about, that cold front bringing in the cooler air. Now, as we roll through the rest of the week and approach the weekend, we're going to start watching a little moisture return to the eastern plains. There's no moisture there now. Once that moisture comes, obviously the fire danger will drop a little bit. And speaking of which, we'll actually have something to talk about other than wind when it comes to weather. Come Friday and Saturday, there is the possibility that a few scattered afternoon showers and storms might start forming from the central mountains eastward. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, you can see Old Glory. It's moving out there as the winds are starting to pick up a little in the metro area. 58 degrees, that cool temperature, and the coolness will stay with us throughout the day, even down to the south where temperatures have soared into the 90s the last few days. Only a few choice locations are going to be that warm this time around because most areas are showing the effects of that cold front. Our 24-hour temperature change anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it has been. But of course, we are looking at sunshine out there. That's not going to be changing. Keeping skies clear for the balance of the day. So the numbers look like this. Still cool, but certainly bearable across the northwest where it was very cold this morning. Highs there will be in the low to mid 60s today, and we'll improve those numbers into the 70s and even a few low 80s throughout the southwestern corridor of New Mexico. And the southeast, a tough call on these forecast highs. That cold front's kind of washed out in the southeast corner of the state, so some areas will be pretty warm today, due, if nothing more than just to the sunshine that's out there. But we are seeing a noticeable cool down across the north and northeast throughout the afternoon hours, as well as right here in the metro for that matter. As far as moisture goes, that remains very limited, only across some of the higher terrain of northern New Mexico. We will see some of that moisture spilling in from the east to create a slight chance for showers throughout much of the state as we head deeper into the weekend, but certainly the next couple of days are going to stay nice and dry for us. Breezy today in the East Mountains and still a little bit of a breeze blowing in the metro, but less than the last couple of days. We talked about it being cooler. We'll top out at about 68 today and squeeze back into the 70s starting tomorrow.